Over the course of the Power universe, Tariq has lost more and more family, as he's now all alone, or is he? As Monet welcomes him into the Tejada family and there's about to be a big shift, but we won't see this until season 5. So I'm discussing Courtney Kemps' interview in this video and what this could mean for the Power universe. So welcome back to MovieBot, let's talk about Power Book 2, Ghost. So I hope you're all doing great and welcome back to another storyline breakdown video, this time talking all things Tariq and the Tejadas and how he has a new family, and I'm also talking all things Courtney Kemps comments. But first, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Universe related. And a quick one, because I have received a lot of comments asking me to talk about Power Book 3 Raising Kanan's music video, so don't worry guys, I will be doing this. There's so much more to cover in terms of the storyline breakdowns, other clues and Easter eggs from the season finale, so I promise I will talk about Power Book 3 Raising Kanan in the next few days and few weeks as well as Power Book 5 Influence. But let's start with Courtney Kemps' comments, and I wanted to talk about it when talking about Tariq joining the Tejada family, and you'll understand why as this video goes on and how they both could connect to each other. But Courtney Kemp did an interview and I'll link it down below for those who want to read it, but she was asked how far have you mapped out Power Book 2 Ghost, is it a 6-season show, is it a 5-season show? And Courtney Kemp replied by saying, I think I have this in mind, I think I have 5 or 6 seasons, the big shift that would happen in season 5, the big shift I'm planning for season 5, it would take the show in a new direction where frankly it could go on forever. The show could go on for 10 seasons or more, considering that shift, and it's a big shift. So Courtney Kemp's talking about Power Book 2 Ghost potentially running for 5-6 seasons, but depending on what happens in season 5, which is a big shift, it could actually push on further and go into season 10 and even further, and that is big. I've always said from the very start that I always saw this going on for 6 seasons, similar to the original Power show because of how young the cast is, and there's so much that they can do with these young characters, and they really do have a very long-term plan. For example, not giving Tariq a car or a license yet, because not many people in New York do anyway, but with him not being able to fight right now, these are the things that we'll see him pick up later on, like picking up his driving license, learning how to be able to fight in later seasons. You can really see that the start of Power Book 2 Ghost, they had a long-term vision in mind. And this is the reason we had to really be patient at the start of Power Book 2 Ghost, because it will get there. The real Power fans that stay for the duration of Power Book 2 Ghost will really seriously see Tariq develop into another Ghost. So let's talk about this big shift that she was talking about and tie it into the title of my video, which is Tariq has a new family, and that's the Tejadas. So let's have a look at what Monet said to Tariq, and I'm just going to play that short clip for you now.
Ghosts never die.
Let's go. The family's waiting.
Let's go, the family is waiting. So Monet really has taken Tariq into the family now, and I'm going to come to that big shift in just a moment, because I think it could tie in with the Tejadas, and especially Monet. But Monet feels like she can trust Tariq. In episode 5, when Monet asked Tariq which one of her children can she trust, Tariq said him. And Monet echoed this when she had a conversation with Kane in the season finale, which I'm just going to play for you now.
Never make the right choices. I could trust him. I can't trust you.
So Monet told Kane that she can trust Tariq, but she can't trust Kane. And there's a good reason for that. Kane is a grown man now who had Ramirez cleaning up after him, but he just can't stop acting in rage and emotion. Monet can trust Tariq, so now Tariq has a new family. This episode symbolized Tariq's old family leaving and his new family entering, especially at the graveyard. Tariq had Tasha taken into witness protection, not knowing where and when he'll see his mother again, and Tommy, the remaining family he has left apart from Yaz and Grandma Estelle, is gone as well, and doesn't ever want to see Tariq again. And this scene at the graveyard symbolized Tariq leaving his past life, well, his past family, and walking into his new family, which is the Tejadas. And one other person who may have just accepted Tariq is Kane. Kane took a verbal beating from 2 people in the last episode, which was Drew and Monet, about him being so caught up on Tariq when he's the problem himself. But after he gave Tariq his peace, watched him kill Jabari with a smirk on his face, Kane definitely realized in that moment there's more to Tariq and he could really be useful to the Tejada family, and it could be the start of a partnership that could potentially develop as the seasons progress. But this is something that I'm going to touch on in my video tomorrow, which will be all on Tariq and Kane's partnership. So if you have any comments on Tariq and Kane, just comment it down below and I may pop up some of your guys' comments in my video tomorrow. But what is this big shift that Courtney Kemp was talking about, and how does it tie in with Tariq now being a part of the Tejada family? We just have to throw it back to when Ghost was telling Tariq all about how he had to kill Breeze because he was getting in the way of his future. Tariq killed Ghost for the exact same reason, because Ghost was getting in the way of his future. But at some point, Tariq is going to want to be at the top of the food chain, and he's not going to get there while he's at college. So by season 5, we would have seen him graduate or not graduate and enter the streets. And that big shift, could that big shift be Tariq killing Monet? Similarly to the way Ghost had to kill Breeze. The parallels are there for all to see between Tariq and Ghost, and the connections and dots that they're joining to the original Power series. And this is something I see happening because Tariq, he's not a boy anymore. He's 18 on the show, and by the time we get to season 5, he'll be 22, 23, and he really will have changed a lot. And something that will change him is next season. Next season, he's going to realize that he can't call the one person that he used to call for help and advice he used to do in season 1, and that's Tasha. For example, when Effie turned up at Sandsfield and he didn't know whether he could trust her or not, but he knew he could call Tasha and she'd tell him what he needed to hear, which was get her to trust you instead. But he's not going to have that next season as Tasha moves into witness protection and Tariq having limited contact with her, and this is where Tariq's new family will really come in and where he'll really need to rely on his family. But can he trust Monet and his new family? Well, the question is, can they trust Tariq? If Tariq is capable of killing his own father and his own best friend in Canaan, then he really is capable of killing anybody, and that includes Monet. And this is why I think this big shift could be really something big that involves Tariq and the Tejadas, and something that will push him deeper and deeper into the game. And Courtney Kemps' comments talking about this big shift in season 5 has really got me thinking, because she teased that because of this big shift, this show could then go on for another 5 years. Could it actually be Elisa Marie returning to gain vengeance on Tariq for helping Tommy kill her father Proctor? And could we start to see the power of Elisa Marie, because we know how much Courtney Kemp does like to explore female power, but she's said her plans for Elisa Marie are not on Power Book 2. But I can still see her popping up on Power Book 2 because this is now the Power universe, any characters can pop up on any spin-offs. And I do think the storyline between Elisa Marie, how I said the storyline between Tommy and Tariq wasn't finished, I think the storyline between Elisa Marie and Tariq, it's not even begun yet. You could throw Cash into the mix as well. Could he come for vengeance for Tasha killing Lakeisha? There's so many ways they can go with this, so many directions that they can go in, because now that all of the storylines from the original Power series has come to its natural conclusion with Tasha's case, and with her being taken into witness protection, we're really going to see Power Book 2 Ghost take off in a new direction. And we honestly don't know where it could end up, because as I said, characters like Lisa Marie and Cash could pop up in a few years time in a later season, and it could completely change the game for Tariq. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this big shift in season 5. What could Courtney Kemp be talking about, because it seems like she knows the direction or knows what could potentially be happening in season 5 already, which could alter the course of Power Book 2 Ghost and make it go on for 10 seasons or even more. So let me know your thoughts on it down below, as well as Tariq's relationship with Monet and the Tejadas. So drop me all your thoughts and comments down below, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.